Okay, so this video is going to show you how to take a project or model that you're working on here in Fusion 360 into Inkscape so that we can then send it to the Lasercutter. So this is the workflow using Fusion 360 to the Lasercutter. So here I have a finished model, and now we need to get it into a DXF to get into Inkscape. Now, the way I like to do that is I'm going to create a new sketch for this project. And let's say I really want to get, this top surface here. All the details we see kind of on the top surface is what I want within the model. So I'm just going to create a new sketch here on this top surface. There we go. And let's just double click here and we'll label that laser cut. Whoops, laser cut. Okay. So we got our laser cut layer. I'll use my shortcut key to find the project tool. There it is. And I'm just going to try and make sure I can get everything I want here. So I think that's going to do it. I want that too. Okay, we'll get that. So that's going to project all this geometry here into the sketch. We'll go ahead and click OK. And if I turn the bodies off, oh, I didn't get it all. I must have missed something. Let's redo that. Sorry about that. Go back again. S project. I want all of that plus all of that. Give me all that. Doesn't seem like it's good. Well, maybe we'll have to do this in 2 steps here. Let's try that. Give me that too. There we go. Okay, now I got it. So now I've got all my geometry here. If I turn the body off, you can see all this geometry is here in the sketch. And that's what I'm looking for. We can go ahead and end the sketch. Now we're going to right click on here, save as DXF. Save it to wherever you want. I've already saved this file. Well, I'll just do it again. Doesn't matter. Laser, test, and we'll call it 3. Okay. And it's saving as a DXF to my desktop. Perfect. So now I know where it is. So that's all there is really that you need to do. There are some different ways of getting the exact geometry you want here in Fusion 360, but my recommendation is that you create a new layer, label that layer laser cut, and project the geometry into that layer that you'd like. And that'll give you just a layer of lines. That's what we're looking for. I'll minimize this. And we'll go ahead and open Inkscape. Every computer should have Inkscape on it. If it doesn't, please let myself or Mr. Christie know. Inkscape is a drawing program. It's pretty flexible, allows you to do a lot of things. The first thing that you should do is create a template for the laser cutter. I have already done that, but I'll show you how to do it. So when I'm normally doing this, I'll go to File, and New from Template. These templates will pop up, and I've got laser 48 by 36. I'm going to show you how to create that so that every time you open it up, you'll have this template. So when you first open it up, just go to the File menu and Document Properties. You'll see this pop-up menu. We'll go ahead and change display units to inches. And we're going to change the custom size also to inches. And then here in the width, Lasercutter is 48 by 36. So we're just going to type those in. Okay. Now that's giving me, if we can see below, I'm pressing Control and the scroll wheel on my mouse here to zoom in and out behind me. I've got a new piece of paper here that is 48 by 36, which is the size of the Lasercutter. So that's what we want. Everything else here should be good. So we're just going to click the X to close this. Then I'm going to go back to the File menu, and we have the Save as Template option. Go ahead and click Save as Template and label yours, something like what I did, laser _ 48 by 36. Okay, go ahead and click Save. I'm not going to do that because I already did it, but you should do that, and then it'll be in that menu for you. So here, when we go back up to when you open this normally, go to File, New from Template, and you'll select laser 48 by 36 and create from template. So here it is. And by holding on Control and the scroll wheel, I can zoom. Perfect. I'm just going to move my head here a bit because we're going to work in this area. So the next thing is we're going to go to, something's not letting me click on here. Weird. Okay. Well, here we are. I've lost my ability to click on things. Okay. Oh, that was weird. All right. So back up to the file menu and import. We're going to go and find that DXF file. Here it is, laser test 3. And a couple of things here. You're going to get a couple or at least one pop-up. The important thing here is method of scaling. We want to make sure it's reading that from the file. Give us the scaling that we created in the file. We don't want to manually scale or have it automatically scale. We want it to hold the scale that we created within our Fusion 360 file. So important to make sure we have that. Once you've got that in, go ahead and click OK. And we can just leave this on the first option selected there. Great. Here you can see, if we zoom in, there's my model. I'm just going to move it up to the right corner here. And when you have multiple things that we can start to place them on here, as this is a representation of the bed of the laser cutter. Now there's still a couple of things we do need to do here. The first is we need to open up this fill and stroke pop-up box here. Usually we'll see it on the side here as an option to open up. We want to click on the stroke style with our object selected. Notice how it is selected using this choosing arrow tool. And we want to select the width of our stroke. So the stroke is just the outline. We want to change this to pixel and change this to 0.1. You'll notice it turned much lighter, so we've got a much lighter line here. And we got a double line here. We're going to fix that in a second, but don't worry about that. A much lighter line. And be careful, if you zoom out too much, notice how it completely disappears. But it's still there. So just be careful when you're working. It is still there, but with the light line, it can be hard to see. But we need that light line for the laser cutter to read this as a vector cutting file. So that becomes important. Now, you may want to change some of these to certain colors so that the laser cutter reads the different colors and cuts them differently, or cuts certain items first, like these holes are the interior parts of this model. We might want the laser cutter to cut that stuff first and then cut the outside bit. So we have to change their colors of the lines. If we come to this tool right here, this allows us to actually choose these different things. So I'm going to go in here. First off, let's just get rid of this. I don't know why I actually got this anyway. So here you can see I've selected that, and I'll just hit the delete key. That should go. Whoop. Did I select it? Let's see here. There we go. So just deleted all that. Now we could change these circles, let's say, to a different color. I'm just going to shift, hold, and select each of them. And I'm actually going to change this inner one too. If we come down here to the bottom, you'll see this color menu. We're going to use these colors, the full green, blue. You can use any of these colors, really. This kind of cyan or aqua, and the red. So the interior colors, I'm just going to set those to blue. So if we right-click on this blue and set stroke, they've now turned blue. Don't believe me? We'll zoom in. There they are. It's blue. Okay. And then we're going to set the red, this outside, to red. And now it's red. So now we've got two colors on this that the laser cutter will be able to see and filter out. And then we can set them to cut the inside first, then the outside. So that's how we set up the object that we want to cut. You can move this all around here. It doesn't really matter. Just nice to see it on the big cutting area, making sure that it's the right, roughly to the right scale. You can even use the rulers up above here just to kind of double check your work, make sure it looks like it's about the right scale. Once you're ready, go to File and Print. We're going to use the Print to PDF option here. And let's just check our preferences. Landscape, Advanced. Wait. Don't want that. Oh, excuse me. We're not going to go to Print. Sorry. We're going to go to Save As. In the Save As option, we're going to have the option to save as a lot of different things, but down here is PDF. Okay, so we're going to save as PDF. We'll just call this my laser drawing. There we go. And we'll save that to the desktop. Great. And version's fine. Embed fonts. We don't have any raster stuff really, so we can kind of leave that as is for now. If you did, you could up that. And I think we're okay. So now, if we look at my desktop, I like to do it this way. Go to Desktop. Here's my laser drawing PDF. We can open that up. It opened on the other screen here. And there, that's what it's going to look like. And that's a file that can be read by the Lasercutter software. And we've got our different, whoops. Let me zoom out. And we've got our different colors represented here so that the Lasercutter will see these and we can cut them with either different power settings or in different orders, which is probably more likely to cut the inside stuff first. So that's the workflow. We then save this to a jump drive and move it over to the computer with the Lasercutter and go through the process of setting it up using their software. Any questions, please let myself or Mr. Christie know. Thanks for watching.